3 of Speed Week, next gen muscle, they rolled out the Banshee. And I'm going to give you my opinion on that now. I was rough the last 2 videos, and, you know, I would like to apologize for that, but that was my true and raw feelings, and 99% of you, the actual analytics show, it was like 99% of you were totally cool and on board with what I felt. But there were a handful of you who were like, I love that thing, I'm gonna buy that thing. And good for you. Go buy that thing. Buy that Hornet thing and enjoy the heck out of it. Look, in the world of those little baby SUVs, that's awesome that Dodge has one now. Even though you can tell yourself it's a Dodge till you're blue in the face. Just like I can tell myself I'm 6 foot tall and I'm not. And I can tell you, you can tell yourself that thing's a Dodge as much as you want, but it's not. It's an Alfa Romeo, period. And guess what? My Lamborghini, about 75% of it is an Audi. And I know that, but at least 25% of it is a Lamborghini, the most expensive part of it, the parts that break and the parts I need to fix all the time. So my only concern with the Alfa Romeo is you're getting yourself into something. I don't know anything about Alfa Romeos, but it's an Alfa Romeo with a new front end. So just know that. Don't tell me, oh, listen, you know, it had to be a segment. It had to be a segment they had to do. They had to do it because it's going to make them a lot of money so they can build the thing that we all want, which we'll talk about in a second. And that's cool. But remember, if you're the best of the worst, meaning this car had, somebody said in my comments, well, this thing had to be considered performance and muscle because it's faster than the other cars in its class. And its class being under $30,000. First of all, good luck ever finding one under $30,000, because if they stick anything in it, any option whatsoever, one option, heck, valve stem caps that say Dodge on it, if they do anything, the car is going to be over 30 grand. But, so they could say it's the fastest one under 30 grand, that's cool. But they're forgetting there's a whole bunch of other cars in 35 and 36 and 37 grand that are pretty much close. I mean, I'm talking tenths of a second, you know, slower than that car. But they had to create something they can say is muscle or related to muscle for it to be the gateway car. But remember, if it's the best of the worst, meaning if me and my other 50-year-old out-of-shape buddies want to do a foot race down the road, we line up and we're going to run. The guy who wins, he's still horribly out of shape, and he's still the best of the worst because none of us are in shape. So they built a car that's faster than other cars that are by design slow and not intended to go fast, hoping they're going to be able to plug into a cooler group. Let me tell you what's going to happen with that Hornet. The 14,000, people like my parents who saw the Toyota CHR and thought, wow, that looks so sporty. That looks so raw and cool and sporty. And if you've seen the CHR, I'll put it on the screen right now. I don't know if it's sporty, but I mean, it's way different. The door handle's up on the back side to get in the back. I mean, it's a weird looking car. They wanted to be cool. I love my mom and dad, but they're 70 and they said we want something cool. So that's what they bought. So you may get a bunch of people saying, look, I'm going to buy the coolest of the not cool cars, and that's because that's what I can afford. And you know what? Good for them. More power to them. I don't think I would call it an RT. I don't think I'd call it a GT. I think I'd call it Alfa Romeo and just tell everybody you're buying an Alfa Romeo. So that's how I feel about that. I digress. Now let's talk about the rollout today of the Banshee. I think it's a beautiful car. I think the front of it looked gorgeous. I think it almost looked a little bit retro, like the old Charger from the front. I mean, that was their intention, I believe. And the back window, very strange. I'm not sure how that's going to look. It is a concept car. My history of concept cars, having gone to car shows my whole life, have been, I'm always excited, much more excited about the concept car than I am the real car. Concept cars always look amazing, and then by the time they come out and they actually have to deal with real physics and bending metal and everything and making it look normal and come together right, it doesn't look the same. It always gets dumbed down. So hopefully they'll be able to keep this design, other than the back big window, trying to pander to the utility vehicle aspect. I don't think they needed to do that. I think if they would have just went with that old Charger look and maybe a little spin on it. That's cool. Maybe that's kind of what they did. Can't get a good look at that thing on that video, but the back window just looks like a big old bubble. So I don't know how that's going to look in real life. It's a concept car right now. We couldn't get any numbers. We couldn't get any specs. We couldn't get any prices. So we don't know anything. I don't think he even said when that car is going to be available. People were asking in the comments, when's that car even going to be available? Is it going to be 2024? Nobody knows. So could there be a window where there's nothing for people who are looking for some kind of muscle car, even if it's electric, in 2024? I don't know. Will they have that thing ready by then? If they're at concept stage right now, can they really build this thing? He didn't say. And having worked for a large corporation for a long time, I know that everything we do is very intentional. We don't get up and wing anything. If you don't give specifics, it's because you don't have the answer, and you don't want to get held to that answer because it's probably being recorded. So the fact that he didn't give anything up means that they probably don't have anything. They might have aspirations, but they're not sure they're going to be able to get there. So he made very clear that it's a concept. Bottom line is, we don't know what it's going to be. He said it's going to make all these sounds. I don't like fake sounds. I don't like fake anything. The reality of it is, fake sounds reminds me of my buddy's BMW i8. And that i8 is an amazing car. It's a cool car. But the one thing that is just not cool about it is the fake sounds of an engine that come out of speakers underneath the car. That I don't like. I think just be what you are. Be what you are. Don't try to be something else. You're an electric car. Go ahead and build something that's going to just scream and be super fast. I like the idea of all the different modes, to be able to do donuts, to be able to do... He didn't say, is it all-wheel drive or is it rear-wheel drive? So I imagine those modes, if it's all-wheel drive, maybe you can switch it just to rear-wheel drive to be able to do the donuts and drift the cars. So I thought that's kind of cool. He didn't talk about range. He talked about aerodynamics, and they gave up a little bit there. But he didn't talk about range, charging time, any of these issues that might certainly cause some concern if we think about buying that car, which I'm not going to buy. He talked about I don't remember what it was called, but a variable speed transmission or something. His verbiage was different, to where it feels like a real car with a real transmission. I think that's cool. That's different. But again, it's kind of like the sounds because it's fake. So if they do that, that would probably make the car slower, meaning you would still get eaten alive by, Teslas and other regular old run-of-the-mill EVs. So not sure I'm excited about that. But I do applaud the fact that they're really trying to make something different than the normal EV. So I'll give them credit on that one. That was very different. All these little options and the donut button and the drifting mode, and those are cool. Body looks nice. I'm not gonna go electric. I'm getting my jailbreak, and hopefully in the next few weeks or so that jailbreak will come in. So like and subscribe to see that thing when it comes in. And I'm gonna keep that thing. So unlike what I've done with all my other cars where I've gone through them, the longest I kept was maybe almost 18 months or 19 months or something on my red eye. This one I'm gonna sit on that thing. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna guard it with my life. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. I'm going to watch for a while. I'm going to watch these EVs come out. I'm going to see them at the Cars and Coffee. And the sad thing is unless they figure out how to charge these things really, really fast and get really, really long range, they're probably not going to be able to hang with us on our long rallies and our long drives. That's going to be a challenge because they're going to have to charge constantly. So that should be worked out. But I'm going to stick with my gas car, pull up to the gas station in about 4.5 minutes, fill this thing up, and grab some beef jerky, some Red Bull, and get back on the road and not worry about it when I stay in hotels like I am tonight because I'm out traveling for work. I don't have to worry about charging my car or getting up an hour early to go find a charger. I have a full tank of gas and I'm good. So for those reasons, I'm going to keep hanging on and keep watching on the sidelines with this whole electric thing. I think Stellantis buying Dodge, it happened for a reason, and whatever that reason is. You know, it always comes down to money, and they're going to head this direction, and that's it. It's the end. It's the end of these internal combustion engine cars in the form that we like them, the big V8s. Sad to see the Hemi go away, because it's still incredible technology. They've reached the peak of their technology, and now just discontinuing it, it's very sad. Hate to see them go. Boy, I would love for them to sell it off to some other manufacturer and let it pick up. It's happened before with other manufacturers. I mean, heck, Land Rover's been owned by, you know, many different companies over time. Aston Martin's owned by Ford for a while. So bottom line is, maybe they'll sell these things off, and we'll see them come back somewhere else. Or, knowing Dodge, knowing Stellantis, there's a possibility that they don't see these electric cars take off like they think they would, and they end up bringing back one of these cars, and maybe they bring it back in 2024. Anybody who's saying, nope, they're done, they said they're done, well, they also said there'd be nothing ever built like a Demon, and now you can go to Direct Connect and turn your car into a Demon. I mean, so they also said the Durango was only going to be 1 year, and that was it, so you better get in and get your car. Just kidding, we're going to let it be sold now, and so go ahead and get your Dodge Durango. So they could come back later on, who knows. But I'm not holding any hope. This is my opinion about this car. Just had to share it with you all. And, you know, future sucks. I guess I am that old guy. Some kid in my comments. Boy, some of you guys. I shouldn't even read them, but I love all of you that are positive or have some constructive thoughts. But boy, one kid was just, well, you're old, so you don't understand. This Hornet thing is what we want. It's the greatest thing in the world. And Dodge had to, you know, give me the whole lecture on it. And he said you're old like 15 times. So I called my dad. I said, Dad, guess what? I'm you now. And that's okay, because you're a pretty cool dude. So I'm good. And by the way, those you young people that are saying, well, you're old, that's why you just need to get with the times. You ain't staying that age forever, brother. And you should pray for all of us old guys out there, and those of you watching this video right now. Let's remind them that we're still pretty damn cool. So that's at least we think we are. So with that, everybody, thanks for watching. Love y'all. Appreciate the huge views in the last two videos, and stay tuned for more. Definitely be shooting some content this weekend, and stay tuned for the update on the jailbreak. That thing should be coming very soon. We've got a long time with our internal combustion engine cars. So while this is depressing, it's sad to see this electric stuff go out there. I think sheer capitalism probably will have smaller production companies keep producing some pretty awesome internal combustion engine cars for us for quite a while, and the federal laws require also that manufacturers provide parts for all their new cars for 10 years. So the good news is these things aren't going anywhere. They're still going to be getting fixed. They're still going to be getting upgraded. We're still going to be doing fun stuff with these cars. So there's the hope I'm going to leave you all with. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.